Hello guys, what's going on? I got my Dirt Devil self-propelled Vision here. I did lots of work on it yesterday and this morning. I took apart this orange piece here, and inside of it there was all kinds of dirt, hair, and all kinds of grunky junk that I had to clean out. It works great now. I also had to replace screws on it. It had rusted screws that I replaced with new screws, so it's a very good vacuum now, and it was good before, but it needed some new screws on it as well as some good cleaning, because I used my leaf blower and I blowed out all the junk that was underneath this. So it's all clean now. It had rusted screws on it. I took the old rusted screws out, threw them away, and I put some brand new screws on it, so it's pretty much a brand new vacuum now, and it works fantastic. Literally, there were like so many rusted screws on this. And I also put a new belt on it too. I forgot to mention that. It's got a new belt on it. I took the old belt out, and I actually have it right here. I'll show you the old belt. This is the old belt that it had on it. So I took this belt off and I put a new belt on. So it's got a new belt on it now. I replaced the belt, and we're gonna give it a test. We're gonna see how it'll work. See if it'll do a good job in vacuuming the kitchen here, since it got a nice tune-up. So yeah, I also posted on Facebook about this yesterday, and but I did some more work on it this morning. This morning I replaced some more screws on it, and I did that yesterday too, but I worked on that this morning, and it's a great vacuum. But it could use a new turbo brush though, because this turbo brush, I just have this here for show. And it's got these extension wands here, which I've had these on here for like a little while now, and I'm going to keep them on here as well. But yeah, this is a fantastic vacuum. I've had this for like almost 2 years. This vacuum is fantastic. It really is. It's got a brand new belt. It's got brand new screws. The whole bottom piece is all cleaned out now. And I cleaned, and there's no more dust on it too, because I cleaned all that out as well. So yeah, it's a great vacuum and it works great now. I'm going to give it a test. We'll see how it'll work on vacuuming the kitchen. I'll move this garbage bin out of the way here so I can show you a little easier. So yeah, I'm going to show it cleaning the room now. The stupid hose in the way. Alright, now everything's out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick video of it running here. So yeah, enjoy. So yeah, this is my Dirt Devil self-propelled Vision. I gave it a nice tune-up. It works fantastic. I really do love this vacuum a whole lot. I've probably mentioned this like 5 million times already, but I got this vacuum on June 6th, 2018. I was walking home from school. I just came off the bus, and I found this on my street. It was on the side of the road, and it did have the front bumper on it, but it was hanging. It was coming off. So I brought the vacuum home. I brought it I brought it, keep on saying the same stuff. When I brought it home, I tested it and it worked good, but the problem was it had some water coming out of it because some people sucked up water with it. I don't know why. And again, the front bumper was coming off, so I took the front bumper off and I threw it out because it was no good. And also, the belt that it had was broken in half when I got it, so I took a belt off of my Bissell Clean View that I had, and I put it on this vacuum here, and that same belt is what that same belt is this belt right here. So I took this belt off and I replaced the belt, which I've mentioned that already. So it's got a new belt on it. I thought it needed a new belt, so I gave it a new belt, and it works great. It did not come with these extension wands. I put these wands on here. It had different ones, but they broke. So I put these wands on here. And something else that is wrong with this vacuum. This piece right here is the handle release. What happened with it is this, see this piece here? On this side, that's broken. And now when I want to make the vacuum stand up, I gotta put this piece on here. It's also got the spring in it too, so I have to keep that in, and I gotta put this piece on. And that's how I make it stand. So yeah, otherwise it's a good vacuum. There's nothing really wrong with it. But I really do like it though. It's a nice vacuum, very fancy. That fell out. But yeah, it's a fancy vacuum. It's cleaned up now. So yeah, I used to have a vacuum like this years ago, but it was a red version, and it had the HEPA filter indicator like right here where my finger is here. I think that one was a Dirt Devil Ultra Vision Cyclonic HEPA, I believe. This one's a self-propelled Vision, but the self-propelled don't work on it, which is a shame. And the turbo brush don't work on it either. See? Turbo, just two little plastic pieces. But I would love to have the self-propelled to work on it, and I'd love to have the turbo brush to work on it too. I can't talk. Try to get this freaking thing back in place here. It's so hard to get back in place. I got it. Yeah, this is the unusable turbo brush. So yeah, still has the original dusting brush on it. Still has the original hose to it. Although I had to replace this hose piece here because the old piece had holes in it and it was broken, so I just put a new hose piece on here. Because I had no choice, I had to replace that. I would love to replace the turbo brush, and I'd love to have the self-propelled fix. I gotta find a turbo brush for this so I can actually use a turbo brush. That would be nice, you know? Because you could take the hose off, and you could... Because you'd be vacuuming like this. You know, that would be so nice if I could do that, but I can't. Really is a shame. But it would be nice if I did have a working turbo brush on this thing. But yeah, it's got brand new screws. Especially on the bottom here, it had all rusted screws. So I had to replace literally every single screw that was on the bottom here. And I replaced the belt. It's got a new belt in it. So yeah. Had the same belt in it for almost 2 years, so I replaced the belt. So it's got a different belt in it now. It's got a new belt. So the brush is pretty good. The belt's pretty good now. The old belt's good too, but I replaced it. It needed to be replaced. Yeah, it's got brand new screws here. The screws that were on the bottom of this before were rusted. And even the screws that were underneath this bottom orange plate here, they were all rusted too. So I took them out, I unscrewed the old rusted screws, I threw them in the garbage, and I replaced them. I can actually show you what I'm talking about with rusted screws. Like, I actually have one of the rusted screws on my drawer here. This is a good example of what I'm talking about with rusted screws. See how this is all rusted? Well, this is actually one of the screws that was on that vacuum there. Rusted, so I'm throwing this out. It's junk, it's garbage. I don't really like to have rusted screws on my vacuum. I want to have my vacuum in awesome working shape. So now it is in awesome working shape again, and I gave it a great tune-up. And I still got my Dirt Devil Simply Stick here, which I'm going to use this probably in another video. I don't know when. Maybe next time I vacuum my mom's car, I'm going to use this little stick vacuum here. But this video mainly focuses on my Dirt Devil Self-Propelled Vision. This vacuum really did get a good tune-up, and I gave it a good tune-up, so it works fantastic now. For the time I've had it, it's been a great vacuum. It did have a problem back in March with the brush roll where it had a burning smell, but I was able to fix that because the brush roll wasn't moving for some reason because the side thing. But I fixed it, and it works fine. And yeah, it's a fantastic vacuum. It really is. I really do love it a lot. Now, I believe this vacuum was made around 2003, 2005, around those years I think this vacuum was made. But it did need some new screws on it for sure. The old screws were all rusted out and it didn't look good. Even though the screws inside you couldn't see them, I still thought it would be nice to replace them because it would still be nice. So I think the vacuum definitely needed some new screws, and it definitely needed to be cleaned out. So I cleaned it out. It works awesome now, and I'm very happy that I did some good repair work on it. It makes me happy that it works good again. And I got my Eureka vacuum right here. This is my Eureka multi-cyclonic. I've had this vacuum for like almost a month now already. It's a really nice vacuum. I really do love it a lot. It's got the cord rewind on it, which is fantastic. Here's the bottom of it. It's got a good belt on it. And over here I got my Dirt Devil Featherlight bag. I've had this vacuum for like almost 1 year now. There's the brush on this one. It's got a good brush, got good screws. Yeah, I think these are all good vacuums here. But mainly, again, this video... Yeah, here's the back of this vacuum. You can see the back of this one. Yep. This is my Dirt Devil Featherlight bag. But mainly this video focuses on this vacuum right here. Yeah, I just thought I'd make this video to let everyone know I gave this vacuum a good tune-up. I replaced all the old rusted screws on it, and I put brand new screws on it. I cleaned out the bottom here, because you know this plastic bottom piece all comes off with screws. So I replaced those screws, and in the midst of doing that, I cleaned out the bottom piece, because it had all kinds of dirt and grime and stuff, and ugh. I had to clean all that out, so it's nice and clean now, and it's a great vacuum now, and it works fantastic. I'm very happy that it's got brand new screws in it, and I'm very happy that it's nice and clean now. It makes me happy to have a great working vacuum. As of right now, all this vacuum needs is probably a new turbo brush, and maybe it might need a replacement extension wand and crevice tool. And probably a replacement hose piece there. You know, I'll show you what I'm talking about. It'll probably need to have this hose here replaced, is what I'm talking about. But other than that, it's a great vacuum, and I love it a whole lot. I give it 5 stars, and I'd also request to have the self-propelled fix on it if I could. That would be good. But yeah, anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll do more I'll never stop doing more. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. Gave this vacuum a great tune-up. Go check out my Facebook page, Dale Soucier. You'll see more videos on this vacuum there. I'll probably post this video on Facebook too. If you want to see a video on that stick vacuum, check out my YouTube account. I'm just talking to those who are on Facebook right now and watching this video. But yeah, that's my Dirt Devil self-propelled Vision. It's a great vacuum. I love it a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed this vacuuming video, and have a great day.